Since the founding fathers, the love of the land is something buried deep inside of us. It is our heritage, our history, our passion. And we are its greatest stewards. From the smallest blades of grass to the widest of nature's wonders, this is who we are. This is Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Lending. We find the best loan for your land. Western Heritage Consulting and Engineering. Envision, design, build. Hayden Outdoors, the brand that sells the land. And True Timber, the world's best-selling camo.
Welcome to Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. I'm your host, Allen Treadwell. On this episode, we start in Wyoming on a 20-acre estate along the Big Laramie River before heading to Colorado to check out an extraordinary offering with a plethora of recreation. And then it's back to Wyoming to check out an incredible classic ranch and some of the best wide open spaces Wyoming has to offer. And finally, we wind up in Alaska to take a look at a development offering multiple lots and unmatched views. And while we showcase a few select listings on each episode, Hayden Outdoors has hundreds of properties from coast to coast listed on HaydenOutdoors.com. Now let's head out to Kansas, where I had the chance to meet up with a couple fellow Hayden agents and talk about how to make the most out of your ground. At Hayden Outdoors, we're all about finding people their dream properties, from legacy ranches to luxury properties and everything in between. We're also constantly working to expand the depths of our relationships with contractors big and small across the country in order to connect our clients with what's right for their goals. There are also numerous Hayden agents across the country taking these standard properties and transforming them into manicured, well-utilized acreage that are turnkey recreational hunting properties ready for the buyer. And with that, I was excited to head out to Kansas to meet up with fellow agents Shad and Penny Sheldon and see some of the property transformations they make with the help of a father-son duo in Lazinski Site Construction. This looks like the spot. I'll tell you what, I was so excited to get this invite from Shad and Penny Sheldon to come up here and look at this property that these guys have worked so hard on. You know, it's cool that they come in and they take these properties that are kind of dilapidated, run down, develop it into something amazing. And I'm curious to pick their brains today and see what they do. This is gonna be fun.
Keep your cabin clear away from the timber and stuff where you're gonna be hunting.
Yeah. Looks like Alan's here. Hey Shad, how's it going, man?
Good, Alan, how are you?
Good to see you. Hi Penny, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm Alan.
Justin Lazinski.
Justin,
nice to meet you.
You Lance?
Yep, Lance Lazinski.
Lance, I've heard about you. Pleasure to meet you. Yeah, you got the map set out here, doing some digging.
Yeah, we're taking a look at this with Shad on, this is a piece he has listed now.
I seen the sign, I seen Penny's sign there by the road when I came by it.
Yeah, and then this is the project that we're working on now and it is in the works, kind of overall plan and some goals we have for it. And
one thing that's very important to some of these people buying the properties are their goals.
Yeah.
And I see you've got some goals written down here on this one.
Yeah, so for this farm, Our first goal is year-round recreation, whether that be dove hunting in these yellow-colored food plots that we have, or fishing in this proposed pond. The second goal is easily maintainable.
Well, that's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, you're coming in there with some giant equipment to do this work. You know, a guy like me with a 95 horse four-wheel drive tractor, I want to be able to maintain it with that tractor, right?
Yeah, they can just come out on the weekend and enjoy
Yeah.
it. They ain't got to worry about getting through that timber to get to that.
Or they had something wash out, or
You know, one thing looking at this map that really stands out to me is the utilization of the entire parcel.
Yeah.
I mean, from all the way up here into the northeast corner, all the way down here to the southwest corner. I mean, you've taken consideration of the entire property into your plan. To be able to walk onto a property where every acre is enjoyable, usable, and given back to the landowner is amazing.
yeah,
it is.
and that's our end goal.
It's so rewarding to take a piece of ground, you know, that was been neglected, start out clearing the trees, moving the dirt, and then, you know, sometimes he'll get mad at me because I'll move the dirt 4 or 5 times, you know, to get it the way we want it.
Working with my dad is good most days. The good days outweigh the bad days by far. When we first start the projects, we take a overhead site plan and start with a pencil and paper, because it's a lot easier to redo that than it is to redo something with a dozer. And Kansas in general is a great whitetail hunting state. People are buying these farms to hunt whitetails on. Everything else that comes along with them is more or less a bonus. And you got 300 days of the year where this bonus stuff is paying off.
While Kansas is prime ground for agriculture and some of the most sought after and productive farmland in the entire country, it's also well known for its whitetail production. And there's a lot of us out there who see value in owning a piece of this whitetail mecca. But how much more valuable would it be owning a piece of ground that you can enjoy year round, get the most out of? And that's exactly what Shad Penny and the Lazinskis are doing with some of these Kansas properties, and I was excited to see some of their work.
For more information about any of the properties featured on Life on the Land, visit www.haydenoutdoors.com. Your work is your ethic. Your handshake is your bond. Your word will outlive you. There's only so much you can leave behind in this life. Make your land your legacy. Landowners nationwide trust Western Heritage with their land enhancement and development. No matter what the project is, Western Heritage will make sure your future is in good hands. Your own. Resting in northeast Wyoming lies a cattle ranch that has hit the market for the first time in generations. The Old Sundance Road Ranch offers 15,534 deeded acres located just a few miles west of Sundance in the shadows of the beautiful Black Hills region. This classic western ranch provides owners with historic improvements including 3 farmhouses, barns, and cattle ranch buildings with excellent haying and grazing opportunities. Indian Cara Creek runs through the property and offers excellent water for livestock and wildlife alike. The property is well fenced and cross-fenced and has facilities for working cattle on site. Old Sundance offers excellent hunting for elk, both mule deer and white-tailed deer, turkeys, and small game. In addition, just 5 miles away lies Keyhole Reservoir that's known for amazing fishing and recreational opportunities. With great location, active cattle management, recreational opportunities, and beautiful views of ponderosa pine-covered hills, this multi-use ranch is second to none and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. For a private tour of Old Sundance Road Ranch, contact Dax Hayden or Bill Vasick today or visit haydenoutdoors.com. This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Lending. We find the best loan for your land.
Now let's head to Larimer County, Colorado to check out a property agent Casey Stamen has listed, Rocks and Pines at Mile High Ranch.
Welcome to Rocks and Pines at Mile High Ranch. This 235-acre property is situated in the foothills just outside of Fort Collins, Colorado. Sitting only minutes to Horsetooth Reservoir and the entrance to Poudre Canyon, the area offers endless recreational opportunities from exceptional fishing, river rafting, and access to thousands of acres of national forest. This property is perfect for a small cattle operation or horse property, and there are several outbuildings. One of the 2 homes is being used and consists of 2,200 square feet with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. The terrain varies from low grass meadows to a large hilltop covered with pines sprawling across the rock outcroppings. The 360-degree views from the high point of the ranch are breathtaking, offering amazing sunsets as the mountains turn red.
Now let's head to Albany County, Wyoming to check out a property agent Matt Munford has listed, Laramie River Lodge.
The Laramie River Lodge is an opportunity to have it all. This 20-acre estate is situated along the Big Laramie River at the base of Jelm Mountain on the edge of the Medicine Bow National Forest. The lodge boasts nearly 9,000 square feet, which includes 6-bedroom suites with an additional private 2-bed, 1-bath suite attached to the main structure. The kitchen and the living space are perfect for entertaining plenty of family and friends. Soaring ceilings, distressed hickory floors, and a timeless river rock fireplace all appoint the upper levels. The Big Laramie River runs through the property, offering great fishing right out your front door, and the nearby Medicine Bow National Forest offers over-the-counter hunting for elk and mule deer. The area is a true recreational paradise and an amazing offer that won't last long.
And finally, we're in Natrona County, Wyoming to check out a property Dax Hayden and Bill Vosik have listed, Wild Horse Basin Ranch.
Hi, I'm Dax Hayden with Hayden Outdoors, and today we're talking about the Wild Horse Basin Ranch. The ranch is over 90,000 acres and has over 33,500 acres of deeded land. This area west of Casper, Wyoming is excellent for grazing cattle, good grasses, rolling topography, good water, excellent wildlife, has excellent herds of antelope, good mule deer, some occasional elk hunting, and some occasional prairie grouse. The ranch is very well watered, good springs and deeded rights and windmills and tanks, and supports the cattle operation very well. They run a large cattle operation on the ranch, and the acreage on the ranch with almost 30,000 acres of lease ground that is from a private person for 45 more years is some of the best grazing for the least amount of money I know of. About $7,500 a year per that acreage. So for this ranch to be 90,000 grazing acres is pretty unusual for the price of the grazing and the access. The deeded land is almost 34,000 acres of deeded ground, and that provides a footprint to handle the leases to get up to that 90,000 acres and run a lot of cattle for less money than most places today.
For more information about any of the properties featured on Life on the Land, visit www.haydenoutdoors.com. Introducing Hayden Outdoors Mercantile. Get your own Hayden Outdoors branded gear for your life outdoors and more. Offering a variety of branded gear and apparel, from finely crafted clothing, handmade leather accessories, field bags, knives, hats, and more from popular brands like Orvis, Otterbox, Hook, Cool, and Filson. So go to HaydenOutdoors.com, pick up your collection of Hayden gear, and join the stampede. Hayden Outdoors Mercantile. Ride for the brand.
It's what we've been waiting for all year. All the preparation. The early mornings and late nights. Hot, cold, wet or windy. Mother Nature isn't doing anyone any favors. From the piney woods of the south to the old-growth hardwoods of the east, through the ocean of Midwestern prairies and down deep into the marsh, you simply won't find more effective hunting camo. Gear for hunters, by hunters. Gear that works just as hard as those wearing it. Learn more about the world's best-selling camo at truetimber.com.
Goodland, Kansas, 1976 is where it all began for Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Over 200 brokers and agents from coast to coast. We're still going strong. If you want to sell your farm, ranch, hunting property, needing a land valuation, or in the position to purchase your next property, give our team a call at 866-741-8323. That's 866-741-8323. Or visit HaydenOutdoors.com. Hayden Outdoors is the brand that sells the land. For more information about any of the properties featured on Life on the Land, visit www.haydenoutdoors.com.
And finally, we're on Kodiak Island in Alaska, where Agent John Harity has a one-of-a-kind development with something for everyone. This is Cliff Point Estates.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, John. I heard rumors that you were back in Kodiak.
I'm back in Kodiak.
Well, come on aboard.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you again, too.
Great to see you. So, Mike, it's great to be back in Kodiak. You know, I've spent 32 or 33 summers in Alaska. You've been here your entire life. You grew up here. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was born in Kodiak. 4 unfortunately, because I didn't realize how special of a place it was when I was a kid. But as a kid growing up here in Kodiak, we had so much freedom of exploration, of fishing. We'd grab our poles, we'd go to the rivers. We didn't think about all the complications that we have in the world today. We just went out and had a good time.
It's phenomenal. If you're an outdoors person, there's no place like this. I've lived all over the western U.S. following construction, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. Kodiak became home when I hit here. The people, the countryside, when the weather is nice here, there is not a prettier place on the planet.
We have a population of about 13,000 people now island-wide, but Kodiak had robust crab fisheries, plentiful salmon fisheries. We had the shrimp in the day, halibut, pollock, cod. One of the beauties of Kodiak is if you wanted to make a living, you came here, and if you were willing to work, you could support your family. You could actually get ahead. It still is an excellent place to make a living. There's so much diversification of job opportunities here, not just necessarily about the fishing industry, but we have the largest Coast Guard base in the world here. We have the rocket launch that's out on a part of the island that serves a great purpose. So we have a lot of diversification. It's a very sustainable economic island with lots more potential than just what we have even today.
Got the halibut right over by that red can there.
That's where you got it. That's where we caught one last time, right?
Yeah,
bigger one?
same place. So one thing that really drew me to Kodiak and the state of Alaska is the commercial fishing. I've spent the last 30 summers as a commercial salmon fisherman in Bristol Bay, and I really love the fishing community here of Kodiak. It's diverse. There's a lot of different fisheries. There are a lot of year-round fishermen here, and it brings in a diverse population of people. So
Here we go, boys. Looks like we got something marking good here.
Kodiak is a nice community. It has all the important amenities, you know, from the retail stores to the banking. It's got a jet airport, so you can get in here from Anchorage real easily. It has all the conveniences one might find in any city in the lower 48. So you and I met because of Cliff Point Estates. You know, your development out there, that was a big project for you.
You know, that it's finally I'm slowing down to enjoy Cliff Point. First, you know, my partner and I, Jim, you know, we've known about the property for a long time. We've been out there four-wheeling. You know, it was just one of those things that we've kind of paid attention to. We had an opportunity, we bought it.
It was a recreation area. We would come out here on weekends. A lot of the town people were actually upset that we bought this property because it is such a phenomenal recreation area. It was obvious to me that there's no place like this anywhere.
You know, when we went to develop it, we started with larger lots, and what we discovered, there were so many beautiful view lots that were, boy, this is where a person should have a home. Look at this view. Look at this beach.
Being on a peninsula, every lot nearly is waterfront.
You have the vision of all these beautiful mountains. You have a cup of coffee to that in the morning, and you are so relaxed. It feels so tranquil, and you just can forget about everything else that's going on, all the other chaos in the world. That's what this place brought. When I was standing here, when I stood out on the hill that was here before we blasted it, I could just envision looking out what it was going to be, and then we built it with the thoughts of being able to provide all those views and having that seclusion and making you feel that you're in the most special place in the whole world right here on this piece of property where this home is built.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by True Timber, the world's best-selling camo. Outdoor Lending offers a consultative approach to farm and recreational land lending. With relationships in mind, Outdoor Lending's concierge service matches the lender with the appropriate lending partner. Outdoor Lending, where we find you the best loan for your land. Learn more at outdoorlending.com. At Hayden Outdoors, we truly value our team of professional land brokers and agents. They are knowledgeable individuals, share our love of the land, and are dedicated to excellent work ethics and attention to detail. We are currently seeking experienced land professionals from coast to coast to join the Hayden team. If you believe you're a good fit, please contact us at 866-741-8323. We look forward to hearing from you. This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Western Heritage Consulting and Engineering. Envision, design, build.
So this is the pond.
And this place is awesome.
This is one we just finished. This plan was to kind of have an entertainment fishing pond. So that was kind of our main goal with this one. That house overlooks the lake, and people come down here and hang out and fish and enjoy and grill out. And
Big rocks are cool, the landscape. You did a little patio, hang out,
kind of
grill.
sunken in the hill. And
Fire pit.
So I'm sure at one point in time, this was just a ditch that ran down through here, overgrown, brushy.
Yep.
Part of the property you never even come down to.
Right, it wasn't usable.
Yeah.
Just a ditch with brush and not real pretty, so we turned it into a real focus.
You had a vision and made it happen.
Yes.
Like you said, I mean, with this, being a part of the property that was almost unusable to now the focal part of the property, I think, I love it down here. Like, is this something you're able to see? You can see this vision of turning this into that before it comes out?
Yes, when we started clearing trees, me and Justin had a vision of how it was going to lay. We had the water line elevations all shot out before we started doing the excavate so we could get the banks cut to where they were going to be mowable. And then we started placing the rocks in the areas to make them look nice. And then this wasn't just a big hill that went down full of trees. And then we cleared it. There's two big ledges up there we exposed. So when the driveway goes by and you see them, they're really beautiful.
I want to go check out the dock.
Let's do it.
Swim dock, fishing dock.
Did you bring your swimming trunks?
Does it have any crappie beds tied to it? That's what I'm curious about. Whether you're looking to transform a backyard or do a complete overhaul on a large-scale property, making the most efficient use of your acreage is huge. And being able to utilize an experienced and knowledgeable crew like Lazinski Site Construction is invaluable when it comes to achieving your goals.
One thing when we look at these properties is seeing the end goal vision of it. What do we have to put into it, to make it into that vision, and then how much money we can make it profitable, but make it still sellable to a customer.
Whether it's production farming, recreation, a lot of these places are a mix of both. We're gonna get together and see what your end goals are. Then it's pretty much just putting the plan into action. One of the things we do specialize in is ponds or water structures that there's a big difference between a cattle watering hole or a recreation pond that you're gonna fish at with your family, grandkids, their kids.
Well, guys, this is quite a view.
It is.
My goodness, look at that pond you guys put down. And this is the property that you and Penny have listed, right?
Right, yep.
So this is actively on the market for sale, and you guys have came in and did all of your work out here, put the pond in, put food plots in, planted grass, put in driveways.
Put in the privacy mounds to give them a kind of the hidden peekaboo effect back in here. This would be a perfect location to build a cabin or a house with a walkout where you could have a patio.
Right. And you just stocked this pond with bait fish, right?
Right. We just catfish, bass, the minnows, perch. Use it all summer long for that. And then you could have it for waterfowl hunting.
Hunt out here, do what you want, fish. There's 3 dozen geese out there right now.
Yeah, they're just waiting for that time.
And you did crossings back there in the creek
Got creek crossings.
Planted a lot of grass in here where you did your excavating, so you got grass coming back in.
Peeled all the banks back so you could mow them with the mower right up to the edge of the water.
Nice gradual slope down, yes.
Back of the dam has a gradual slope so it can be mowed. Rock kind of sculptures around the overflow too back there.
Yeah, it's incredible, that vision that, I mean, it's a gift. Everybody's kind of got different talents and stuff, and I do not have the ability to stand in one place and think, oh, a pond would look good there and a tree, I don't have that. I mean, I'm envious of the vision that you guys have.
The artistry with the land, where some guys will do it on a painting or a car they redo, and we do it with the land.
Yeah. There's so much to consider when transforming a property, from permitting to right-of-ways to adequate water runoff to support a large pond. Finding the right contractor to execute is crucial, and it's so satisfying seeing properties reach their full potential. And we're all about folks like the Lazinskis and the Sheldons who have a passion for enhancing and reshaping these properties for landowners and their families to enjoy for years to come.
For more information on any of our great properties for sale, please call 866-741-8323 or visit us online at HaydenOutdoors.com.